Hello, good evening. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. Happy Valentine's Day. This is a Valentine's Day stream from me, Michael O'Keefe, host of Mystic and Severe and creator of this groovy YouTube channel that you're checking out right now, and which you can subscribe to. Just check out Mystic and Severe Radio on YouTube and hit the sub, hit the bell, blah 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 blah. This stream's called the Valentine's Day stream about Joe D'Amato. So, here I am on YouTube. Let's peep it. Mystic and Severe Radio. Boom! You're gonna hit that sub right there. You're gonna go over here. We're gonna party. And then also, you can hit me up on ckcufm.com. Programs. This is like my main event. Mystic and Severe. That's where the Mystic and Severe Radio comes from. Press here. All these links are 2 hours of awesome film industry coverage. We got movie tracks, got reviews, got interviews. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And of course, don't forget, hit up the Facebook group right here, Mystic and Severe on CKCUFM, where I post every day about upcoming episodes and past episodes and blah, 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 blah. You can find me on Twitter. I'm the Movie Mystic, at movie_mystic. And you could be my 215th follower. Been on Twitter. Been tweeting for like a year, man. And then also, you can go over to Instagram. I'm the Movie Mystic 2021. And here I am posting about all kinds of things, movie industry things. Talking about this stream right here, right now. And also, one more thing. Go to Letterboxd, and I am the Movie Mystic. Yeah, right up here, Movie Mystic. Uppercase this time. On Twitter and Instagram, it's lowercase. On Letterboxd, it's uppercase. So you get some movie recommendations, see what I've been watching recently, or you can, read my reviews. You go into little sections here, different film festivals I've covered, and then also my lists. So do all that. Hit me up on everything. Do it. But today we're going to be talking about Joe D'Amato. So I thought this would be fun for, especially for all my single ladies and all my single men's out there, to talk about someone who is, I don't know, I view as sort of a complicated figure to talk about, because he did do hardcore porn, he did do some just sexy movies, and he did horror movies. He's kind of like look at that, the evil Ed Wood. He's sort of all over the place. So yeah, his real name is Aristide Mascacet. I'm not gonna bother. Dumb guys like me need this white guy named Joe D'Amato. That's his real, Latin Italian name right there. So I thought we'd talk about him because he's an interesting character and has sort of complicated depictions of love. Let's say that's one way to put it out there. So we're gonna look at some of his Blu-rays that are available through several films. We're gonna watch some trailers, and I'm gonna give you a little bio on him right now. So this is his IMDb biography. So he was born on December 15th, 1936, and then he dies at the age of 63, which is a little young, in 1999, January 23rd, in Rome. He had a heart attack. He was a big smoker. If you watch him on little interview features, he's smoking, man. he's a bit of a degen, I gotta say. He always gave me like this like dead inside vibe whenever I see him in interviews, like someone who like almost doesn't want to be loved. So, Joe D'Amato was born Aristide Mascheski, okay, yeah, on December 15th, 1936 in Rome, Italy. At age 14, he began working for his father, a chief electrician and later the founder of the company ACM. By going to school in the daytime, Joe D'Amato worked afternoons part-time as a stagehand and stage cameraman around various film sets. After attending grade school from 1953 to 1957, Joe D'Amato worked for his father. Mole Richardson, another motion picture camera company, was looking for someone to work as an assistant cameraman, and Joe D'Amato jumped at the opportunity. Starting in 1969, he worked as a director of photography as well as assistant director for a number of films until 1974. His directed work was in 1972's low-budget Stay Away from Trinity When He Comes to El Dorado, co-directed by Diego Spataro. All right, under the pseudonym Dick Spitfire. But it was a commercial failure. Later that same year, Joe D'Amato directed a western under the name of Oscar Varadine. He then used his assistant's name, Romano Gastaldi, for his next film, Fra Tazio de Velteri, as well as a few others. Joe D'Amato was reluctant to use his real name early in his directing career, since he was still known mainly as a director of photography and didn't want his directing jobs to jeopardize his cinematography career. He used his real name for screenplay and cinematography roles, but worked under many aliases, such as Michael Wotruba, to disguise the authorship of some films in order not to mix up the different genres of comedy, western, drama, thrillers, and others. He used so many phony names, and he may well have more pseudonyms credited to him than any other director in the world. Wow, that's saying something. Joe D'Amato entered the horror genre with Death Smiles on a Murder, under his real name, which inspired him to make other gothic horror films. Under a new pseudonym, Joe D'Amato, he directed softcore erotic films starring Laura Gemser, such as Emmanuel and Francois, Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals, Emmanuel in America, Erotic Nights of the Living Dead, and others. He also directed such action films as Tough to Kill. Now referring to himself as Joe D'Amato, he entered his gore genre films with Beyond the Darkness, which remains his most successful horror film, shot in 4 weeks on a low budget, entirely at the villa near Beresonen, and which had an excellent music soundtrack by the rock group Goblin. His next horror film, but less successful than the previous one, was Anthropophagus. Directed as Peter Newton, the film starred Tisa Farrow, sister of Mia Farrow, and the star of Zombie, another gore genre film. During the 1980s and 1990s, D'Amato directed over 100 hardcore porn sex films for the Italian video market, although under his many pseudonyms, he continued to direct and produce other films. One of them was Stage Fright, directed by Michel Soavi, on which, under his real name, Joe D'Amato served as producer. He then directed to a tour of the Invincible films. Oh boy. He directed the violent, hardcore The Emperor Caligula, The Untold Story, using the name David Hills, a commercial exploitation, some might say a ripoff, of the successful film by Tinto Brass. D'Amato's other films during the 1980s were Paradiso Blue and violent adventure films such as Deep Blood, which were filmed in Florida, and Ghost House. Some of D'Amato's greatest successes abroad were and 11 Days, 11 Nights, Part 3. It's a bad title. As well as the horror thriller Hitcher in the Dark, a.k.a. Hitcher in the Dark. Okay. His long film career came to an abrupt end when in January 1999 he suffered an unexpected and fatal heart attack at his home in Rome. He was 62. Joe D'Amato had made his mark on Italian cinema as a talented director, scriptwriter, producer, and cinematographer with scores of film and more than a dozen aliases to his credit. Yeah, it's not a bad bio. Obviously, it's just a little summary. I found on Wikipedia there's a fair amount about him too. Oops. There you go. So, I'm not going to read all this. But, I mean, look at that. That's a lot of information. Yep. Not reading any of that. What is this? D'Amato stated that he discovered the name in some calendar. I'm not gonna read this shit. Yeah, whatever. Okay, there it is. Joe D'Amato, blah, 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 blah. So, let's look at this. I did this for the Bruno Mattei thing. Stream, I did it as well. Look at the Italian directors, the great Italian directors: Federico Fellini, Lucio Visconti, Pier Paolo Pasolini. Ooh la 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 la. Let's see if Joe D'Amato even shows up. So Sergio Leone, Mario Bava. That looks like Vincent Price. That doesn't look like Mario Bava, but I could be wrong too. And then a little bit further down, Sergio Corbucci, of course, Lucio Fulci. How nice to include him. And then, I don't know why Scorsese's there. I said that the last time, too. The Call Me By Your Name guy. Francis Ford Coppola. And Ricardo Freda. Yeah. Roberto Lenzi, thank you. No. He's not even there. Great Italian horror directors. How about that? Does he show up there? He's got to show up for this one. Wow. Fulci's number one. Dario. Well, okay. Mario above the Dario. Okay. There he is, Joe D'Amato. So he's like at the very start of the second tab. So he's above Bruno Mattei, Sergio Martino, Luigi Cosi, all these guys. Or where's Deodato? Did I skip him? Okay, Deodato's there. Okay. So, one thing that was mentioned was Deep Blood. Now, this is the first film. I want to get into the eroticism stuff soon because, it's Valentine's Day, right? Got to have a look at those sexy movies. So you can look them up right after this stream, and you get to work. It's Valentine's evening, for God's sake. But Deep Blood is coming actually quite soon on Blu-ray. It's coming on April 27th. First of all, look at that poster. That is awesome. You get such a vibe from that. I love that. I really want to buy this. I'll probably get it at some point. I don't know when. Okay. So. Ooh. I see. Alright, so there's that. And keep in mind, if you pre-order this, you can't get a refund. Heads up. So 24 American. Alright. And a career that forever raised the bar for everything from hookers, cannibals, and necrophiles. To a tour Emmanuel and Caligula, the one unseen chum bucket from producer/director/Euroslee's master, Joe D'Amato, may be his most bizarrely entertaining anomaly ever. Shot on location in Florida, surf, and Rome swimming pools. D'Amato combines 80s teen movie cliches and Native American mysticism with stupefying dialogue, over-the-top performances, and shark footage that Bruno Mattei would later swipe from cruel shots to create what the horror calls a weird, demented experience that begs to be discovered and embraced. A cast of local unknowns, along with inexplicably the 60s comedy team of Charlie Brill and Mitzi McHale, starring the last word in Italian sharksploitation. Now scanned in 2K from the original negative for the first time ever. So it goes with the trailer. It's gotta be more than that. I feel like, is that it? Is that really it? More will be announced, or maybe not. I don't know. So let's watch the trailer because it's pretty interesting. Trailer number 1. Profondo Rosso. People were begging for this movie in the Severin Facebook group after Cruel Jaws came out. It was like, yo, you can't put out Cruel Jaws and put Matei and not put this on.
As a seal to our pact. The only way we can trap Wakan is through these carvings that tells us of its paths, its currents, and where he's headed. Someday, this object may be useful to you.
Shit. Well, I mean, if you're gonna steal some footage, it should be from this movie. Cowards.
What I don't understand is, why is it here, now?
This town has a history of trouble with the sea. As far back as the Indians, stories
Oh my.
of monsters eating whole villages.
Oh, cool.
Don't believe everything you see.
Charles dead.
What?
I mean, it looks true. I've never seen this movie, to be honest. But Jaws rip-offs are lots of fun. It seems so late in the game to do it in the 90s, but I mean, people are still doing it. And it is a little different for Joe D'Amato. Roar. Raft. I don't know if it's top Cruel Jaws, though. Cruel Jaws is pretty something. I love the name Deep Blood, though. That's an awesome title. So yeah, I'll probably get that eventually. I don't know when, though. Okay. So, okay, we talked about Deep Blood. Now, for the sexy stuff. Buried Alive, aka Beyond the Darkness. So, this is a slipcover that came out in 2019, but they released the Blu-ray before that, so you can get it or not. I mean, you have the option if you choose to get it. So, I actually bought this first. I had this disc, and it comes with the soundtrack, the Goblin soundtrack, which is awesome. It was during that period where Claudio Simonetti was out of the band, and they did the movies, what else? Contamination and Patrick, and it's freaking cool, man. It's freaking awesome. Actually, I think it was a really interesting period when Claudio was out of the band. Not that I don't love Claudio. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can listen to me interview Claudio Simonetti. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Claudio. But this is just, interesting soundtrack, man. So, if anything, you should buy this movie for the soundtrack. So, okay. What do you got here? It has been denounced as revolting, stomach-churning, and shower-prompting, while simultaneously acclaimed as bone-chilling, truly classic, and a must-see. Now experience D'Amato's masterpiece like you've never seen or heard it before. With these people over here, these actors from the Beyond the Other Hell, star in this psychosexual sickie featuring torture, cannibalism, necrophilia, unrequited love, and other perversions, totally uncensored and sent to a pounding score by Goblin. Severin is proud to present the ultra-graphic Sleaze Fest, also known as Buried Alive and Boy Omega. Boy Omega is my favorite title for this, for sure. For which Joe D'Amato was infamously accused of using real corpses, restored in HD for the first time ever, and packed with exclusive new special features. Well, I don't know about all that with the corpses. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny any of that. So, I don't know if the soundtrack is still available. I feel like it probably will be, though. Joe D'Amato, The Horror Experience, interview with director Joe D'Amato. The Omega Woman, interview with actress, interview with another actress, and Goblin Reborn performing A Boy Omega in 2016. Locations revisited and theatrical trailer. Fun movie. I mean, it is like a necrophilia movie. It's a little intense. I'm not gonna lie. So let's watch the trailer. I'll react to it. Fine.
You've got to get rid of your stupid little toy. Do you understand me, Frank?
No!
You need to understand.
You'll see. You'll do it.
Oh, jeez.
The young girl was reported missing 3 days ago. When last seen, she was in this area. Did you see anyone there? No. Who are you? Police.
Awesome.
If you enjoy the violent emotions, this film is for you.
This movie ain't for nobody. People weren't built for this. But it's a good one. Okay. So, yeah, that movie's super gross. It's unbelievable that it exists. But it does, and it's amazing. But not as amazing as this. Okay, now we're getting into this real steamy Valentine's Day stuff. Emmanuel and Francoise. I don't want to tell you in this stream how much I love this movie. The reasons why, the real reasons why, I can't get into that in a YouTube stream. However, I will read some stuff about it, and I will play that trailer. On the heels of the official Sylvia Crystal's sequel, Emmanuel 2, and a year before his own first Laura Gemser Emmanuel film, Eurofilth maestro Joe D'Amato took the entire formula to new depths of depravity when a cold-hearted stud from George Eastman of Anthropop Haggis infamy drives her sister to suicide. Emmanuel, played by Rosemary Lint of Salon Kitty and Who Saw Her Die, plots a seduction that includes sodomy, torture, J&B, lesbianism, cannibalism, meat cleavers, and a super groovy 70s soundtrack. Maria Rosaria Aruzzi and Massima Vanni co-star in this still extreme sex sickie, also known as Emmanuel's Revenge, Demon Rage, and Blood Vengeance, co-written by D'Amato with fellow film maven Bruno Mattei, and now featuring a 2K scan from the original negative. Wow. What a mouthful. So basically, it's like a sex revenge movie. And it's so depraved and hilarious. And I absolutely adore it. It's my favorite D'Amato movie, for sure. For sure, man. Easily. So you got some interviews with George Eastman, the actress. You got some deleted scenes, a trailer, and an awesome slipcover. It's not really giving me the full picture. I'm going to change that. Emmanuel and Francoise. So this is what it looks like without the slipcover, but this is a slip. That's awesome. I have that too. I'm such a big fan of Emmanuel and Francoise. Anyways, without any further ado, we're going to watch, this is like a minute little sizzle trailer promoting Emmanuel and Francoise and another movie that Joe D'Amato did not make, actually, called Escape from Women's Prison. It was, you could buy them together in a little package called Sleaze Is Risen, which I did. Of course I did. So let's peep it.
Nobody will look for you in here for weeks.
Emmanuel!
I'm going to crush you the same way you humiliated Francois.
Oh! Great cut with the slap. This one's less good, but still good.
Bella e brava.
Un avvicendarsi normale.
George usually looks really fat there, but he's really not that fat. He's so handsome in this period. I don't know if that slip is still available, but I suggest getting it if you can.
Sembrava forte, ma...
While you're around with hopeless against the rain. Under a branch.
Easter of 2019, I think. Yeah. So, speaking of Emmanuel, Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. Oh, yeah. First of all, before we talk about that, this one's pretty well known too. Is it on? It's on Pornhub. Good to know. Here we go. It might be sold out. You get this. So, Erotic Nights of the Living Dead. I don't know. He was making another movie, and they got extra footage, so much extra footage to create other movies. The producer did when Joe D'Amato did not feel like totally comfortable doing that. So Porno Holocaust is pretty. This is like the famous shot right here because like man with genital warts gets head. And that's insane. This is totally insane. But yeah, like, cannibal movies were a thing, like Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, and they're totally revolting. You know, social commentary aside, like, they're just revolting experiences. And then they did porno cannibal movies. I have not seen Porno Holocaust. I just know of that shot. I think I've seen it too. Just that isolated shot. However, Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals is no joke. So, I guess they don't have the sexy slip anymore. But there was, is it not there? It looks like it's gone. That's too bad. Because they had a beautiful slit for this movie. I guess it's gone. Because of the soundtrack, too. Okay. I definitely want to show this to you. Yeah. This is what it looks like. Right here. Pretty awesome. It's art, man. Smart placing of the sticker for sure. You gotta get that soundtrack. There was a cool t-shirt that everyone was selling too, but it is sold out. Anyways, in 1977, infamous filth auteur Joe D'Amato combined the insane extremes of eroticism and cannibalism for the most groin grinding, gut munching, gore spewing Eurosleaze saga of them all. When journalist Emmanuel, the lovely Laura Gibson, discovers evidence of an extinct cannibal tribe in a Manhattan mental hospital, her investigation will take her to the Amazon jungle for an orgy of carnage that sex-gore mutants calls feral, demented, and nasty, and in exploitation terms, that's entertainment. So yeah, they're in this DVD Beaver calls it the flesh and fear masterpiece from the late great splatter genius, released to 80s Grindhouse as Trap Them and Kill Them, which is funny because it's in 2K blah 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 blah, but Trap Them and Kill Them is funny because they called Cannibal Ferox Make Them Die Slowly on 42nd Street in New York City. So that's funny. Special features, you got an interview with the composer, who's awesome. You got an interview with an actress, an actor, an actress, and then an archive audio interview with Laura Gemser and the trailer. And I guess the soundtrack sold out, which is too bad because it is awesome. I guess that's great that it's selling. And I wanted, there's one more thing I wanted, before I show you the trailer for that, I want to look at this little tease, because this is happening in the future. So, there are 2 volumes to this box set, Black Emmanuel's Box, Volume 1. Oh my god. Amazing. These are coming to Blu-ray. So it's out of print. You got Emmanuel in Bangkok, Emmanuel Around the World, Sister Emmanuel. And that's Volume 1. And in Emmanuel's Box, Volume 2. Oh, that kills me. You got Black Emmanuel / White Emmanuel, Black Emmanuel 2, Emmanuel and the White Slave Trade, and a CD or whatever. But, wow, fantastic. That's 6 movies right there. So hopefully we get that, we get Black Emmanuel's Box on Blu-ray real soon. I don't know about 4K. Is that really necessary? Anywho, we're going to watch that trailer. This is funny because Violence in a Woman's Prison is the one Bruno Mattei trailer I couldn't get to. So obviously these movies were released together. So let's watch this trailer. And we'll talk about both of them. Ooh! Oh, no. I love that funk. That cannibal porno funk. I'm your queen. You're my king. Woo. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing like Cannibal Holocaust, but it's still gross. They have very sexualized violence in this. With, like, genitals and breasts and stuff.
E poi così mi hanno cominciato a prendere per questi filmetti di serie C.
No!
Però tutto sommato mi sono trovata sempre bene, specialmente con gli attori, con la troupe, con i registi. Era sempre una bella famiglia, una bella esperienza.
E quindi secondo me io mi sono sempre sforzato di fare un pezzo di film, un pezzo che può avere più o meno fortuna, quello. E Monica è come uno scopato del film, e questo è la scossa.
E poi la scena che dovevamo notare via e l'acqua arrivava fino qua.
It's a banner. Amazing. Yeah, I guess you missed it. You can't get this. Listen to the 100 Porter Blues.
Quindi ci sono anche le storie, possono essere l'omosessualità che non neghiamo, cioè nelle carceri esiste, no?
Non è un film che io amavo molto, cioè sono quei film che si fanno perché te li commissionano e tu li fai.
No, it's a good movie. That's a sweet t-shirt. That's the one I was studying with and sold out. I guess that was 2018. No, I'm not gonna listen to this. Blah 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 blah. Alright. So now we got two more movies to talk about, and the trailer plays both of them. So, we got Anthropophagus. Believe it or not, that's George Eastman, the dude, the handsome stud we saw in Emmanuel and Francois. My God. It's definitely a gross one. And it's amazing. It has been called seriously creepy by CoolAssCinema.com. Insanely violent. And truly repulsive. It was seized by UK authorities as a video nasty and accused of being an actual snuff film. Yet even by 80s Italian gore-spewing standards, this grueling shocker from Sex and Sleaze maestro Joe D'Amato still stands as perhaps the most controversial and extreme spaghetti splatter epic of them all. Tisa Farrow and a girl from Cannibal Ferox and co-writer producer George Eastman star in this depraved daddy of cannibal carnage from Italy's king of trash cinema. And then blah, 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 blah. Some gore, some Blu-ray stuff, and special features. So you can listen to George Eastman. You can hear with another actor, with the effects artist, with the editor, and with that actress from Cannibal Ferox. Trailer, blah, 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 blah. So this movie's amazing. I remember that ending so well when George Eastman gets his intestines, popped out with a pickaxe, and then he proceeds to eat his intestines. That is an incredible image, and one you can see on the cover of the Blu-ray, or also right here, and then right here. That is an unforgettable, revolting image. One that I want tattooed in your mind. Oh, also, someone in California, some dude made an IPA. Where is it? No. Anthro Hop Haggis. Like a hoppy beer. Look at that. That's hilarious. He has the hops in his mouth instead of the intestines. What percentage is that? I wonder. It's out of stock. Yeah, of course. Oh, well. That's pretty funny. And also, there is Anthropophagus toy. Believe it or not. Which is sold out, of course. This was the whole thing. You get the t-shirts, the pin, the toy. That's hilarious. Anyways, I'm also a big fan of absurd. And I'm a big fan of, like, any horror movie that comes with a soundtrack. I'm a big fan of that Blu-ray, at least. Maybe not that movie. But this Blu-ray did. However, it's basically, I think, note for note, the same stuff as Pieces. And I already own Pieces, which comes with the soundtrack. So I was like, well, I don't really need this, two CDs of the same thing. I actually like the movie. And this movie is no deep red, but it is quite fun. And it did just... I eventually, caved and I bought the movie. So, look at this. With the guests again. George Eastman, but looking handsome. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's pretty good. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Alright. Toss away those inferior bootlegs and experience Sleaze Maestro Joe D'Amato's infamous follow-up to Anthropophagus like never before. Borrowing heavily from Halloween, D'Amato unleashes gut-spewing Greek boogeyman, George Eastman, into suburban America for a gruesome as hell and incredibly sadistic saga of doomed nurses, butchered babysitters, biochemical clergy, and some of the most insane splatter scenes in Italian gorehound history. You got some actresses, blah, 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 co-star in this violence-soaked bloodbath and former video nasty, also known as The Grim Reaper 2, Zombie 6, Horrible, and Monster Hunter, now, blah, 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 has stuff. So you got another cut of it, where they eat pasta and stuff. The Return of the Grim Reaper interview with actor-writer, co-producer Luigi Montefiore, a.k.a. George Eastman. You got an interview with Joe D'Amato. You got an interview with Michelle Suave, who's in the movie. He's got a small little scene. You got the trailer. And you got the CD. Alright, so we're going to watch this trailer, and then we're going to wrap up the stream. Save the horror for last. I wanted to get to the sexy things, almost first. Deep blood to the priority, but then the sexy things. And now the horror. So it's the Carlo Maria Morgio or Cardio or whatever. It's like some of the Pieces music, not all of it. The Stifio Cipriani stuff on Pieces is not in this. Nice.
Take it easy, will you? Facci piano.
Come mi spiego questa cosa? Beh, c'è un sacco di imbecilli. Non è che c'è bisogno.
Era un ruolo da protagonista e si sa, tutti gli attori piace essere protagonisti. E noi ridevamo dietro.
Mamma mia, dico, ma che? Tutte le cose.
Mi stavo molto bene perché stavo talmente male che sembrava che vedessi delle tragedie, perché ero io che stavo.
I love these Italians.
Molto bello.
You're supposed to keep your mind active, not obsessed. Dovresti tenere la mente sempre attiva, cara.
Era Aristide. Aristide era unico. Era un personaggio unico.
This is the conclusion. Per me la scuola di Aristide è stata più che essenziale, importantissima.
Wow. I don't have that. I missed that case. The plush toy. Hilarious. Wow. And that came out in 2018. Awesome. Awesome. Guys, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Once again, thank you for rocking with me tonight. Take care.